there's like a 30-second delay. So.
Yes, there is a big delay. So hopefully, in a second here, we'll see this go, and we'll wait just to make sure that we are indeed live. I think we are, but let's wait to confirm.
Sure am.
We're good. We're on.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the KellyCast. Just like the Bills have, Mike, we took a little bit of an extended break.
We sure did. We needed it. I think maybe the Bills made a mistake and they needed an extra break and should have took that bye week because they have been playing awful lately.
I don't think you can choose where your bye week is.
You can when you go to London. You can choose if you have it the week after.
Okay. You would have preferred it there?
No, it was too early in the season, but just a little quick.
I agree. It's hard to look at our logo. It's hard to be excited as a Buffalo Bills fan right now, and I can see it twice, 3 times behind me here with all my screens in front of me. We did not come on after the Giants game, Mike. After the Bills and Giants played, that was kind of when our break started. Tell me what you saw or what you thought, your immediate thoughts after the Bills narrowly defeated the New York Giants.
I hate you. That was my immediate thought. Like, how can you let a team that looks so terrible, like, manhandle you basically?
Mm-hmm.
Just manhandle you. It's disheartening as a fan, man. It's bringing me. I'm having flashbacks of 10 years ago, but I mean, it's just. But I was ready to come on the show, and I was ready to say, you know what, fans? We're yelling and screaming about losing a close victory, but 10 years ago we were yelling about we can't do the close victories.
Yeah, we can't even do it.
We can't win them, and then we win them. And I was ready to come on there and back the Bills, and then they did what they did to us last week, and it's just I'm so angry.
And they won, and we still found a way to be mad. Shout out Mitch. Mitch says he saw me today, and he's so honored. I'm honored to know you, Mr. Honorary Kelly, the first one. Don't think I forgot you, my friend. I want to go back to the Giants game for a second with you, Mike, and my immediate thoughts were like, okay, first of all, everybody walked away, right? You walked away, you went to bed, it was late. I sat in that chair upstairs for another half hour, contemplating life and what just happened in front of me. And I came to the realization that, you just played your offensive coordinator, basically. Like, that's what it is. Like, Dorsey's system is Brian Dable's system with minor tweaks. The fact that he had success against us did not surprise me. The fact that it came down to a play at the 1-yard line is what irritated me. They squeaked it out, and you know what I felt after that game, Mike? I felt joy because they beat the New York Giants. That's all that mattered. Didn't matter if you beat them by 99 or 1. Didn't matter if it came down to the 1-yard line. And the next week, they had the New England Patriots. And I was sure, I was 100% positive there was going to be no problems taking on the New England Patriots. I was like, hey, it's the Patriots. We know what they are. And it seems, Mike, that no matter who the Bills play this year, their best game comes against the Buffalo Bills, minus maybe Tua and Tyreek.
Yeah, maybe a couple, but they've been. I can't. I'm speechless. I just don't know what happened. That meme that went around immediately after the game, where the unsolved mysteries. That just describes everything right there.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Well,
is it really Dorsey's offense, or is it really? The team not getting it, or is it too complicated? They were talking about that on WGR.
Yeah. Well, you asked me this the other day. Is it too complicated? Is it not complicated enough? I think it's a very hard subject because neither of us are players and neither of us are coaches. So at the end of the day, it's a hard subject for us to grasp,
Right.
Based on what we know just about the NFL and how plays work, how a play is named a 20-word sequence that makes no sense to the freaking common man, I would say maybe, your signals are too complicated, but I will say your play calling as a whole from the outside looks basic. It looks boring, it looks bland, it looks like it's easy to read for a different coach, a different defensive coordinator.
Okay, I can take that. But I also think that they need to take those short chunk plays and stop trying to do overcomplicate.
Yeah.
And I really think that it might be overcomplication. Again, back to Jeremy in the morning on WGR, said he had interviewed Dawson Knox, and he was saying that he was saying, how are you doing so well in the 2-minute mark, on the 2-minute drills, and his straight out just short answer was it's easier.
Yeah, and maybe it's because there's more communication between him and Josh and all the players on the field. A couple questions here from Mitch. He says, do you think it's time to face the fact, time to think we should rebuild or retool and maybe get new faces, trying to get a good pick in the draft or playoffs? Mitch, I would say no, because even with all the struggles you've had so far this year, you're still a favorite to win the Super Bowl. You're still a playoff favorite. Yes, the Bills have struggled. Yes, it hasn't looked pretty, but at the end of the day right now, they're 4-3. It's not the end of the world.
Let me ask you this: trade deadline's coming up pretty soon. Do you think the Bills need to make a move at the trade deadline with all the injuries going on?
Need to make a move? No. Would I be okay with it? Yes. The question is, do you want to go offense or defense? People are saying they want a receiver. Other people want a corner. Other people want a defensive tackle because of Oliver being out. There's a lot of positions and needs that the Buffalo Bills have. I would say I don't want you to get rid of future draft capital. Not too much. If you want to give up like a third or a 4, anything after that, I'm fine with. But do not give up a day 1, a day 2 pick. He also says, what happened to week 3 or 2 when he threw it 3 yards and not be a hero and never play? Obviously, you're referring to Josh, Mitch, which isn't my next segment, so I do appreciate you for the perfect segue here. I want to take you to a quote from Josh himself. This was yesterday. I don't know if you heard this yet.
No, I haven't.
He said in one of the press conferences with One Bills Live, he said that maybe he needs to think a little less and just play football. And then, just before we came on, I read a thing from Fitzpatrick, who's, of course, part of the Thursday Night Football crew. He's going to be here tomorrow. And he was talking about Josh, and he was saying how he wants to see Josh fired up. And that got me thinking again, Mike. And you know what it got me thinking of? I'm big on professional wrestling. And one of the things that happens in professional wrestling all the time is like, you're this character, right? And you change yourself because of whatever reason, because of money, because of fame, whatever it is. And now you're this bad guy. But you don't connect as well. You're not the same guy, right? And that's what I'm seeing from Josh right now. He is not the ball of energy that I know him to be. I think he is playing quarterback, like Russell Wilson plays quarterback. Okay. In the sense that he's taking it to a level where he's scared. He's scared to throw it deep. He's scared to take those shots. And at the end of the day, if he plays scared, the Buffalo Bills will not succeed.
I wouldn't necessarily use the word scared. I do like what you said, but I find most things hard to disagree with other than the word scared. I think
what word would you use?
You almost hit the nail on the head. More like trying to be
cautious,
trying to be too cautious, and trying to be what Ken Dorsey wants to mold him into, and that's just not in his fiber. Okay,
yeah, that's what I'm getting into. Is exactly. Like he's just playing the role of a franchise quarterback. He's not playing his brand of football. We're not seeing Josh scramble.
He's playing Hollywood football. He's playing the we love it here, and we all make fun of Russell Wilson for the things that he does to try to be liked in there. And he doesn't have to try that hard. He's not with a new team and stuff like that, but he's now he's Hollywood. We've never had this in Buffalo, and he hasn't really had to face this much as far as pressure either.
Yeah. Couple of stats for you here on Josh. QBR obviously goes up to 158.3. If you have a perfect game, you have 158.3 rating. The last 2 games, Josh has been under 90, which you don't want to be at. Under 90 is just a bad place to be.
Right.
And now 3 games in a row with an interception. You hate to see it. But, Mike, I want to get into Ken Dorsey because I don't know where people think the problem is, whether it's Allen, whether it's Dorsey, whether it's, everything. You obviously know where I sit. I want to get your thoughts on who you think is the number 2 option in this offense right now, because I have no idea who it is. We know Diggs is the number 1. Every week he makes a play that, you just have no words for, right? This week against the Patriots, it was the sliding catch at the 1, doesn't get tackled and scores, right? 2 defenders surround him. They try to stop him. It doesn't work. Who do you think the number 2 is in the offense, and who do you think it should be?
Who do I think? Who do I think it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be Gabe Davis.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see a lot more people get involved in this offense. I would love to see a lot more Shakir.
I think you're going to see more Shakir. Did you see his stats last week after the game?
We did start to see a little bit. I've said that before. I would like to see a lot more of him. I would like to see a little bit of Hardy used, a little bit of a mix-up in there with guys they don't...
That's one of my problems.
No, and I don't...
Deontay Hardy is being either underutilized or the guy just sucks. I don't know which one it is. Is it him not getting open? Is it Josh not looking for him? Aaron is in the building. What's up? What's up? I love it. Mitch says it's Cook. And Mitch, I'm assuming you mean that you want it to be Cook, right? I'm assuming you're not saying that it is. I think James Cook is your number 3 option here in terms of if I was ranking it. But for me right now, number 2 is Kincaid. The way he's been performing, the way he has really shown run after catch ability. Kevin's in here, even though his name is not Kevin. Thanks for coming out, buddy. We appreciate it. Love to see you. My hat is being see-through right now, so I'm going to just kind of take that one off. What do you think about the big plays, Mike, being missing ever since the Jets game? Do you think that's an Allen thing? Do you think that's a Dorsey thing? Where do you lean on the blame for the struggle of the offense putting up points?
It's hard to say. We're not in the locker room. It's probably a combination of everybody, to be honest. And everybody's not on that same page. And you know what? I'll bring you back to when I said a couple weeks ago my epiphany about the Bills making it to the Super Bowl. Maybe I was a year off. Maybe we're still in the Bicker and Bills stage. I don't know. I hope to God not, but this is... Who do you blame?
I blame me for being a fan.
It's like an abusive relationship. You just keep coming back for more week after week. You keep giving me that black eye. But
honestly, for me, it's play by play. It's week by week. There's a different guy to blame. You can blame Diggs for dropping the almost Hail Mary at the end of the game that's in his hands. You can blame Knox for dropping a few other passes during that game, one being on 4th down. You can blame Josh for missing multiple throws throughout the day. You can blame Dorsey for play calling. You can blame Cook for not getting it going. I think, again, it's a combination of things. The problem is, how do you fix it? It's like us with our sound issues, Mike. We don't know where the issue is, so we cannot fix it.
Yeah, man, it's... yeah, you can take it away because that thought flew out the window as usual.
Kevin says the Chiefs bandwagon is still acceptor applications.
accepting. No. We'll never be on that wagon, Kevin. I'm sorry.
No, sir.
No.
You know that's not us. You know us.
I'm not 7 anymore. That's how I fell in love with the Cowboys. It's not happening again.
How about
have that trick played on me?
How about we talk a little on the Kansas City Chiefs? Because one thing I notice in the NFL every week, Mike, and maybe not every week, but just in general, there's trends that happen.
Sure.
Okay? So this past week, the trend was the 3 highest scoring offenses in the league all lost. That being the Buffalo Bills to the New England Patriots, the San Francisco 49ers to the Minnesota Vikings, and the Miami Dolphins to the Philadelphia Eagles. The problem is Kansas City never plays with what goes on around the league. They just continue to win no matter what.
They do, and the Bills need a taste of that. They need to figure that out because
I think it's got something to do with the coaching. It's got something to do with the IQ, man. It has something to do with the way Andy Reid has his offense because I just see so many smart things every week when watching them play.
Do you think McDermott's message is getting stale?
No.
I don't think he's part of the problem. I mean, if we go to my dad, he thinks that, every coach is the problem on the team, and especially McDermott. He thinks McDermott will never win a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah, but, I mean, I know a lot of people that feel that way, but I don't know that I'm in that boat. I don't know that I am in the boat of McDermott not doing it. This week, Mike, Thursday Night Football, Bills and Bucs. Tomorrow, of course. The first game that myself and Mike will not be watching together, which is very interesting. Why? I don't know. Just because it is. What do you think of the Bucs this year? I know we haven't seen too much of them. We haven't been watching a lot of Red Zone because the Bills have been on at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
What have you seen from them? Because you mentioned to me earlier, they were playing all right offense in your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been playing all right offense. They've been a fringe team. Baker Mayfield.
Better than you thought, right? Is that fair to say?
Very fair.
Okay.
A lot better than what I thought they would. Definitely still more on the fringe, but I'm a Baker guy. I like Baker. I think that he's deserving of a team.
Okay. Deserving to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, deserving of a team.
That doesn't mean start.
Yeah. He's one of those fringe starters, though, too. So at least he has been.
Okay. Okay, I can see that. So the Bucs this year obviously started off beating the Minnesota Vikings 20-17. Next game was against Chicago. They won by 10, 27-17. The next week they got shown what a loss was against the Eagles 25-11. They then beat the Saints 26-9. The Lions kicked their butts 20-6, and then last week falling to the Falcons. I think that's a disappointing loss if you're Tampa Bay. I think the Atlanta Falcons is a game where you can win, right? That's a winnable matchup, especially with halfback Bijan Robinson not getting a carry in the entire first half due to headaches.
Yeah, that's crazy. yeah, that's definitely a disappointing loss for them. I think they definitely should have had that game. But, again, that goes with the ups and downs of a fringe winning team.
Yeah, so. That's a 500 team. Question from Mitch here says, do you guys think at the end of the season there will be a coaching change? If you're asking about the head coach, Mitch, I would tell you no. There will not be a head coaching change.
I don't believe so.
If you're asking about the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator positions, I think that's very possible. If the Bills do not reach the AFC Championship game, I would expect them to either hire Leslie Frazier back as the defensive coordinator if that relationship isn't gone, and or fire Ken Dorsey.
We did say we were going to... Everybody was all happy-go-lucky about Frazier being gone. And now the defense is taking a big nosedive.
Shut up. Okay, listen. Shut up. Matt Milano, Tre'Davious White, Daquan Jones. No. I am not a part of the camp where you can say, okay, I get what Next Man Up is. I know what it is. I've played sports, Mike. I know what it is. That is It just doesn't work when you're the elite of the elite. Matt Milano, one of the top linebackers in the league. You cannot put somebody there and tell me, okay, you're going to perform half as good as Matt Milano does.
Let me tell you something. A year, 2 years ago, maybe even a little bit this year, teams were cherry picking guys. We were so good, we were so deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where are we at now? What happened to all that? Why don't we have that? Why is there not the next man up? There's no reason for the next man up to not take that spot and take it away from the next guy.
Well, reason is
we're not going to have Matt Milano forever. We're not going to have Tre'Davious White forever.
The reason is you lost Tremaine Edmonds and you lost other players at key positions because you cannot pay them, obviously due to other players on the team. But I am not in the camp that says, so if you're the Buffalo Bills right now and you have $40 million tied to Josh Allen almost every year, you need to do what you can around him, obviously. You pay a guy like Matt Milano. You pay a guy like Tre'Davious White. They are paid. They're not on the field.
Of course.
And it's not like it's a short-term thing, Mike. They're gone. It's very unlikely we see either of them back. We're not going to see Tre'Davious White. We already know that. Very unlikely we see either of them back. That's the reason the defense is failing. Look at what was happening the first couple weeks. Yes, they lost to the Jets. But after that, the defense was lights out against the Raiders, against the Commanders, against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, who are still an offensive firepower in the NFL.
Have yet to beat a good team.
You can only play who's in front of you, dude.
Of course you can, but still have yet to beat a good team. Plain and simple. The same thing with the Buffalo Bills.
They beat the Broncos, man.
The same thing with the Buffalo Bills. The closest to a good team that they beat was the Dolphins so far this year. I love my Buffalo Bills, and I don't ever want to bag on them, but they haven't beat anybody besides the Dolphins that are respectable. The closest.
The problem is what is your definition of respectable? Because the Dolphins beat the Chargers, and that's a half respectable team, right?
Half respectable, but they're also been a 500 team this year too.
But that's the problem. There are not like elite of the elite teams anymore. There are very small.
Not this year. Up till this year, so far.
There is a very small margin at the top. Elite Bartimus, you can talk with any of the commenters that you like. We support it, even if Mitch does not.
Oh, good.
We got off topic here, but
yeah, we did.
Bills and Bucs again tomorrow. I got some numbers here for the Buccaneers. They blitz the quarterback, the third most in the league, but Josh has been very good against the blitz, 115.3 completion percentage. He loves the blitz. And then I noticed a big, difference, I guess, between the Bucs and the Bills. The Bills have been starting slow lately. We know that. The offense has not gotten going since the fourth quarter every game. Baker, meanwhile, has been the opposite. He starts really hot in the first quarter, and he fizzles out by the end of the game. Last week he had
too much energy.
40-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Ended up being his only touchdown of the day. It's hard to bring him down. Least sacked quarterback in the league. I feel like we say that every time people go into a matchup against the Bills, but there's no run game for Tampa Bay. You don't have to worry about that. Rashad White, he just doesn't really exist.
Right.
And the stat that I didn't want to say, but I had to read it so everybody else has to know it. The Buccaneers have never won a game in Buffalo, New York.
Here we go.
And here we go. Here we go.
Can we knock on wood at least?
Sure, if you want to knock everything down on this set. Let's get into the injury report, Mike, because I do have that for you.
Awesome.
Do you want to talk Bills or Bucs first injury report? What do you want to go off?
Let's go Bills. Let's see what they got first.
All right. Our number one guy on our injury report this week is quarterback Josh Allen, right shoulder injury. He's going to play. We already know. There's no question about that. The question is, what's going on with the shoulder? I need to know what's going on, because if it is affecting your ability to play football right now, I don't know if you should be playing.
Sit down, man. It's too early. If it, don't be a hero.
I don't want a Joe Burrow situation over again, I don't want an RG3 situation. I don't like those situations. So hopefully,
but like you said, we were talking earlier. These are important games that come up, that are coming up, because our schedule is not going to get any easier. So
exactly. Aaron says the Bucs have no run game. The Bills' inconsistent defense says hold my beer. Again, Aaron, I don't know about that, because even if you go against the Patriots last week, the Bills against the run was not the worst thing in the world. They've done a pretty good job against the run for the most part this year.
Decent job, but last week's comparison.
Last week's an outlier, and
because
not only that.
Not just that, but it's against Zeke, so that means Zeke's washed.
Not only that, but they let Mac Jones have one of the best games of his career. Like, Mac Jones missed 5 throws last week.
You know how bad it hurt?
272 yards, 5 throws missed.
Do you know how painful it was to sit on the toilet and scroll and see Mac Jones' arm holding a Big Mac around Josh Allen's shoulder, saying, "Who's your daddy?"
Oh,
Do you know how bad that hurt, man? That hurt.
Mitch says, hold my beer for tomorrow, brothers. Woo-wee. You guys talk all this shit right now. And when we watch the game tomorrow and the Bills score, y'all are going to be like this. Y'all are going to be juiced. And I'm going to be juiced too. But I want to let you guys know, this is still the Buffalo Bills. This is still a favorite in the AFC. Yes, it's a rough patch. Yes, it needs to be discussed. I'm not here spouting all negativity, Mike. I'm here talking about what is going on with the Buffalo Bills. Let's continue on the injury report here.
I'm gonna bring you to that one last meme, hopefully, for the night, and that's the old man holding the umbrella. Just because I'm mad about you doesn't mean I don't love and care about you.
Yeah, I saw it. Linebacker Terrell Bernard has a knee injury. Looks like he's going to be good to go. Spencer Brown, also knee injury. He's most likely going to play. Elam has an ankle injury. Dawson Knox, wrist injury, has already been downgraded to out. He is not going to play tomorrow against the Buccaneers. Von Miller, vet rest / obviously still coming back from the knee. It's still on the injury report. Ed Oliver with a toe injury is questionable. He's going to be a game-time decision. Jordan Phillips, back injury. Looks like he went full practice at one point last week. I'm sure he'll probably be a game-time decision as well. And to round us out, linebacker Balin Spector and tight end Quentin Morris downgraded to out. 3 players already out for the Buffalo Bills. Let me ask you this, Mike. The only tight end that's going to dress is Dalton Kincaid. Do you want to see Gilliam out there? Because personally, I think that is your move.
So they can still play 12?
Every once in a while.
They've been playing 12 a lot.
I just want to see. I want to see something different.
I wouldn't mind a different look. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I want to see them just succeed as an offense. I want to see them target somebody other than Diggs. I love Diggs. I love that he's getting 14 targets a game. But at the same time, you need to get other people involved. You need to have Davis. You need to have somebody underneath. They just need to do something. For the Bucs, Chase Edmonds, running back. Knee, looks like he's going to go. Matt Filer, guard, also has a knee injury. He is out, not going to play. Godwin has a neck injury. However, it looks like the last time they practiced, he was full practice. He's questionable. I'd expect him to play. Backup safety Kayvon Merriweather has an ankle, and he is out as well. Baker is hurt with a knee injury. Of course, he's going to play. And then Vita Vea, a groin injury, going to be a game-time decision for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, a lot less names than the Buffalo Bills on their list.
Sure.
And one of the things you have to look at with the Bucs is that defense is absolutely wild. It is so good. Right now, it is ranked 11th, but I think that takes into account score, how many points you give up.
Okay.
And they give up some points, don't get me wrong. That is an all-star group on defense. They have a backup linebacker, Mike, named Servokia. That's his first name, Servokia. Good for Servokia.
And I'll never say that name.
That's why I had to say it. Levante David, Antoine Winfield Jr., Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Like, these guys, are good. And not to mention, are they good, but the defense is so well coached in Tampa Bay. We know that. Guys, in the comments, let us know if you have any questions here for Bills and Bucs. I see there's a couple people out here. What do you think, Mike? Where are you leaning for this game? Bills and Bucs, prime time, first Thursday night game for the Buffalo Bills this year.
Well, primetime Josh hasn't been primetime Josh this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if Oliver does end up out, I think they're going to have another tough time this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bucs do have a shot with the way that they've been playing.
They do.
But I am hoping to see angry Josh. I'm hoping to see I don't give a
fired up Josh.
I don't give a rat's ass Josh. I'm doing what I'm going to do. And Dorsey, you can kiss it.
I don't think that's how it's ever worked.
Probably not, but you know he's getting to that point where he should be trusted enough to call some plays.
I agree.
Out there. And if you can't, then there's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Than everybody knows about.
With a trust issue.
But I still gotta say that the Bills take this one, and I hate that I have to hesitate.
It's hard, right? It's hard. You didn't think you'd be doing it this early. I'm also going to select the Buffalo Bills this week. It's a coin flip. I mean, I told Aaron in the group chat the other day, he goes, the only game I'm torn on this week is Bucs and Bills. I said, and you should be torn on it. You should be torn on it because if the Bills continue to play the way they've been playing, this is going to be a close game.
Yep.
But this also has the makings of the Bills winning big. I cannot see a world in which the Bucs win big. I can see a world in which the Bucs win, but I cannot see a world in which the Bucs win big. Mitch says, just say a prayer. Don't know if that's a play on John Bon Jovi or not. And Elite Bartimus says, just as long as they get the win, this has been a meme in our chat for a little while. I'm like, a win is a win. This is what was being said after the Giants game because Zach wanted to complain that everybody else besides Zach complained about the way the Bills won. And Zach was like, oh, a win's a win. Yeah, Zach, a win is a win. But you don't want to win that way. You don't want to win after letting your opponent get down to the 1 yard line. It leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
You don't want to win that way, but winning that way...
Sorry, they're all just spamming a win is a win in the chat.
You guys are freaking goofs.
They're great.
Thanks for making me lose that thought.
They're great.
Too much fun.
Funny guys.
I mean, technically, yeah, a win is a win. I did mention it at the beginning of the show that we were yelling 5, 6, 7 years ago that we can't win the close ones, and we won the close one. It just didn't happen against the Patriots. I think it's a tragedy that it happened against two teams, but you did have a great point about Duvall. He knows Josh's tendencies.
He does.
He taught the kid everything he knows.
Literally. Mike, I don't know if you know this yet, but here at the KellyCast, we got a busy weekend this week.
We do.
Halloween going on. There's stuff going on with the kids on Saturday, and my weekends are always full. I want to get into our quick picks right now, just in case we don't have time to do it later, just so we have them. And if we have time later in the week to do,
I didn't even look at the slate this week.
Exactly.
Right, let's go.
If we have time to film later on in the week, I know you got some stuff going on later in the week too. So I kind of just want to get this out of the way right now. If somehow we find some time to do something fun, we will. But let's get right into it, Mike. I haven't looked at the slate either, just so you know.
All right, rock and roll.
Bills for both, easy enough.
Yes, sir.
Jets and Giants is the next game. Who's home? Doesn't matter. They play in the same stadium. The Giants are the home team. This is the first time I saw the stat before we went on. First time since I think it said 1988 that both teams are coming off a win playing against each other. The Jets and the
1988. Wow.
Were you born yet?
Yeah, that was 4.
Okay, 4 years old.
Lucky I can do basic math quickly in my head. Jets, Giants. Wow, what a tough game to pick.
I'm going Jets.
Yeah, because Daniel Jones is all right. Give me Jets.
But Taylor's better. He's performed better.
That's
and
true.
The Giants won last week against the Commanders. I think it's I think it's a tough one.
The Jets won last week against the Commanders?
The Giants won last week against the Commanders.
Oh, Giants, okay. Oh, see, it's been 2 weeks. Now you got me all screwed up.
I know. What happened with the Giants last week? I think the Giants beat the Commanders. Yes, I was correct on that. The Jets are coming off of their bye. So they had an extra week to prepare. In the chat, we got a sweep. Aaron, Kevin, Mitch all say Jets.
Jets.
Jets, lose, lose, lose. Next up.
I hope they do.
Jags and Steelers. This game in Pittsburgh. Last week, the Steelers played spoiler and ended up beating the Los Angeles Rams. Did you see what happened with the Rams today?
No, what happened?
They
haven't been able to catch up.
They did like a transaction whenever you sign a player, cut a player from the practice squad.
Yeah.
McVay's daughter was born today, and they put it on the player transaction thing. Added blank McVay to the team. That was pretty cool.
That's cute.
I'm gonna go Jags. I'm hoping that we're getting to the point in the season where you're winning games that you should win and losing games that you should lose. But this has all the makings of a Steelers victory as well. I'm going Jags, though.
Jags. I should probably go Jags.
5-2 versus 4-2.
Jags versus
Steelers.
Defense.
Aaron has Jags. Mitch has Jags. Kevin has Steelers. Oh, my God. Zach is in here and just said a win is a win. Thank you, Zach. We did not know that. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for coming out. We love you, man.
I'm probably gonna get crazy. Nah, I don't want to get crazy because I think the Jags are the better team, but the Steelers definitely they got a little bit of a chance. They've been playing. They've improved slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me the Jags, man. Give me the Jags.
Okay, Jags and Jags. Eagles and Commanders is next. Divisional game. This game in Washington.
It's going to be a tough one. But
I'm going to take Philly. 6-1 versus 3-4. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles, man.
Fly, Eagles,
they gotta lose
fly.
Again, but
on the road to victory.
That's a terrible song, isn't it?
It's better than the Dolphins one. Rams and Cowboys is next. This one's in Dallas. Man, this is a tough one for me.
That is rough. Dallas is coming off a bye week. Give me Dallas. They rested up. Dak's ready to throw 2 interceptions, but they're going to win.
Guys, give me some help. Give me
boys.
Give me some help, boys. I don't know where I'm leaning yet. I agree. I hate the Dolphins. That's Kevin, who had to deal with the Dolphins touchdown song last year. He told me all about how much he hated it. Everybody's going Cowboys. I'm going to take the Rams. I want my belt back. You guys don't understand the pain of not being able to sleep with my championship belt because it belongs to Mike. Next up, we're going Vikings and Packers. I'm sure Kevin has some thoughts about this one. In Green Bay, no Justin Jefferson. He's still on IR. They just beat the 49ers, though.
They did. In Green Bay?
In Green Bay.
Give me... And without Justin Jefferson, give me
Packers.
I'm going to go Vikings.
Okay.
I'm going to go Vikings. We're going to differ on this
Kevin
one.
says no comment. Why no comment?
Yeah, that's your team, buddy.
We need to hear your thoughts, bro.
There's no comment. Come on. You know Jordan Love's going to give it to him.
Do you think they're going to lose? Is that why we're getting a no comment?
Oh, man.
We're torn so far. Aaron said Vikings. Mitch said Packers. Come on, Kev. Give us a reading. I appreciate the enthusiasm Mitch and Dan. So he doesn't think they're going to win. He just doesn't want to say it. Which
all right, he doesn't want to jinx them.
We can what's the word? Empathize?
Empathize, yes.
Big word, sorry guys. Falcons and Titans. The next game. No Ryan Tannehill in this matchup. And the Falcons every week play like a different brand of shit. Did you see Again, you probably didn't. Pat McAfee was doing a segment on the Falcons. They've had at least 3 different plays this year where the ball bounces at the 1 and it's a touchback and they lose the ball. Happened twice last week to them. It's a crazy thing going on.
That's insane.
I'm going to go Falcons. I was
going to beat you to it, but you beat me to it, so I got to go Falcons.
Okay.
Especially if Bijan takes his migraine medicine.
Zach is getting in on the bets and says Falcons. Zach, this is your first prediction here on the channel. Tell me why you're taking the Atlanta Falcons, please. And Kevin, Titans, why? No Tannehill? Are you expecting Will Levis to be the second coming of Tom Brady? Are you expecting the Falcons coaching to have another 28-3 debacle? Let us know, guys. We're going to move on, though. Patriots and Dolphins. Dolphins,
and I hope they freaking embarrass them. I hope
they score 70.
I hope they do bad things to Mac Jones.
All right, we gotta
All right.
Go a little quicker here. Battery's dying on the computer. We're at 10%. Saints and Colts is next. This game in Indianapolis. Give me the Saints. No way. Anthony Richardson going to be Gardner Minshew again.
Yeah, he won last week, didn't he? So give me the Saints.
Did the Colts win last week?
Yeah, they won last week. Or they were close to it. Oh, I think they lost.
They lost to the Browns by 1.
By 1 point.
39-38. It was bullshit.
So it was a huge scoring game, and the Saints are kind of a similar team to the Browns. So
Zach says he doesn't like the Titans with a backup. Feeling good about their chances. Kevin says expect Ritter to crap the bed big time. Henry will end up running all over them. Mitch says fins up. Yes, Mitch, we agree. Texans, Panthers is next. I said the Saints in that last matchup just for everybody.
Just to be clear, I said the Colts.
Yes, okay. I heard you.
All right.
Texans, Panthers next. Carolina gonna remain winless. Give me C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. 0-7 for the Carolina Panthers. Or is it 0-8?
They haven't won one yet?
It'd be 0-7. Yeah, they're the only team without a win.
They're
home.
They're gonna win this week.
You think so?
They're gonna get their first win this week.
Interesting. We'll see.
I think I'm crazy for picking them, but
Browns and Seahawks. No more Deshaun Watson. We'll be interested to see if he comes back at all for the Cleveland Browns.
Better without him.
They have.
Just playing hooky, so
they have. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks, the home team this week.
I don't want to pick the Browns, but he's not playing, and he's been.
So you're okay picking the Browns when he doesn't play?
I'm going to take the Browns.
Okay. They got a good defense. They really do. Bengals and 49ers. No Trey Lance. No Trent Williams. Interested to see if McCaffrey goes. I'm going to go Bengals this week.
It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup, but the Niners showed that insert quarterback here doesn't matter.
We're going to see for sure.
A lot of
We're going to see for sure.
So, give me the Niners. I get them back on track this week.
Okay.
They dropped 2 in a row.
Kevin says XFL legend P.J. Walker will get the Browns the win. Aaron Walton, Browns. I swear I saw an article that Gino was out. Really, Aaron? You'll have to send that to me in the group chat because I'll have to see that before I make my final decision. Chiefs and Broncos are next, Mike.
Okay.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Enough said.
No words. Ravens, Cardinals. Ravens. They showed Detroit what the meaning of a loss was last week.
Yeah, they sure did. That one still kind of stings because I thought the Lions were going to give them something.
I thought so too.
But yeah, I'll take the Ravens too, bud.
Bears and Chargers. Give me the Chargers. If they lose, fire Brandon Staley. Fire Brandon Staley anyway. But if you lose to the Bears with Tyson Bagent, yeah.
I agree, but he hasn't lost yet, as you've said.
Technically, he didn't play the entire game, but he lost that first game when he came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I can't consciously pick the Bears, even if they do throw one out there.
Yeah, so we're going Chargers.
Yeah.
Raiders, Lions. Give me the Lions.
Lions. all day.
All right, guys. I got to run to the bathroom. My computer's going to die. We'll see you next time here at the KellyCast. That's Mike. I'm Dan. And whoever's in the chat, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you soon.